So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Rodrigo Davis. I'm one of the co-founders of the Build Peace Conference, which we started last year, and one of the co-directors of Build Up, which is the organization that started the conference and has done some really interesting work since. And for the next half an hour or so, I want to talk to you about some incredible people at the cutting edge of peace and technology innovation. They're not our keynote speakers, they're not our panelists, they're not our artists. They're the winners of a competition called PEACEapp. It was a competition to find the best ideas for how we can apply the methods used in video games to peace. And in 2015, we held the second ever PEACEapp. Competition was funded and convened by UNDP and UNAOC and operated by us at Build Up. Now I want to invite to the stage Jordi Torrent from UNAOC and Ilona Lesurf from UNDP and Carl also from UNDP to tell us a bit more about the competition. Right there. So Jordi, first of all, tell us, why did you organize this competition?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, and all of you for coming. And well, I work at the UN in an initiative that our framework is intercultural dialogue and violence prevention. So, and we work on media, youth, education, and migration. And so, the uses of new technologies and the uses of communication technologies as a platform for intercultural dialogue is very much in our framework and our interest. So the idea was to see of all those video games, all these gamified apps that are out there, which ones are venues for intercultural dialogue and for violence prevention. So we worked together with the UNDP and we developed this initiative, PEACEapp, and Build Up was our implementer and work in collaboration with. And right now the idea is to see where we're going from here, you know, how we further develop, how we polish the idea, and how we support the already awardees for their development, their funding needs, and perhaps also for their networking. So we were very pleased to invite them to come over to How to Build Peace conference so they can as well meet with you and interact with you and build energies and synergies and networks with you. So that's what it was.
Wonderful. And Anne, tell us a bit about the entries we got. What did you think of them?
So we received more than 100 entries from 42 countries, if I'm not mistaken, and the 5 winners you will have here today, and they're all present at the Build Peace conference. So I would really recommend for all of you to go out and talk to them. We also have a fact sheet where you can find more information and see the creativity. We're very amazed by the variety and creativity we saw in the different apps. But I would really recommend that you go and speak to the developers themselves and also go to the website. You can find it on the fact sheet. So you can see not only the 5 winners, but also the 10 honorary mentions, which we wanted to highlight because there were some really good ideas out there.
Thanks. Yeah, it was an absolute pleasure working with some of these teams. But that's enough from us for a second. Let's honor our 5 winners. I'm going to call them all up to the stage at the same time. Konstantin and Lars from Plan Politik. Gatoni from Faros, working on Haki 2. Nova from the Everyday Racism Project. Marianne and Sabrina from Peace Superheroes. And Valerie, who's working on Kokoro. Give them all a big hand. Okay, so I'm going to ask each of the teams just to say a little bit about their project with a bit of a prompt. Why don't we start with Valerie? Tell us about Kokoro. What's the idea behind your project?
Well, Kokoro is based on our Learning to Live Together program. It's an existing program that we collaborate with partners to deliver in 30 countries with 800 facilitators. So the idea behind Kokoro is to take this space for nurturing critical thinking and grounded decision making online. So we strongly believe that in order to create mutual understanding and respect among children and youth is to provide spaces and opportunities for them to interact in fun and collaborative ways. So that's what we do with our existing in-person program named Learning to Live Together. And with Kokoro, we'll take this online in a game that will simulate or create scenarios where they can exercise their critical thinking and decision-making skills, as well as an online community where they can take their learnings and ideas and reflections and translate them into action.
Thank you. And yeah, if you have any questions for Valerie, you can find her as with all the winners in the tech fair just over here. Now, Marianne, you've been working with superheroes, is that right? Tell us about your project.
So we developed the Peace Superheroes digital game as a way to teach 9 to 11-year-olds conflict transformation and peace building skills in a way that they don't even realize that they're learning them. So the idea is to gamify these skills and make it fun and engaging and entertaining, and then to help them translate those skills from the video game world into the real world. So doing that, we have a optional parent opt-in where they can receive updates on how their kids are doing in the game, and at certain points parents can get conversation prompts and really help the kids learn how to translate if in the game they were working on or they had a challenge around a mediation, that then the parent can help them implement a mediation in real life, in the home, in the school. And so really it's gamifying the conflicts that a 9-year-old encounters in real life, whether it's at home, at school, cyberspace with online bullying, after school activities, and also we're also giving them a chance to tackle conflicts that they might read about in the news or hear about in their social studies classes.
Great, what an awesome project, thank you. And Nova, tell us about what you've been working on.
Well, at All Together Now, it's the only national anti-racism organisation in Australia at the moment, which sort of highlights that conversation nationally has not been taken. So to try and engage the population, we thought we'd take, through a mobile phone app, the ability to walk in someone else's shoes for 7 days right to the palms of the people. So you get the option to play as 3 characters that we've designed, or as yourself. One of them is an Aboriginal man, a Muslim woman, or an Indian student, because over recent years those have been the most overt targets of racism lately, and you'll get push notifications, emails, video, all the things you would sort of normally engage on your phone with over a 7-day period. So it's a personal challenge, and it's really targeting the 50% of the population who recognises that racism is a problem, and to have them then recognise what casual or everyday racism is, so they themselves as well understand how not to then do that themselves, but also if they see it happening in society, how to then engage the victim and the perpetrator in the most appropriate manner, whether it's a violent incident, should they, get involved and jump in and throw some punches, or call the police, and get them involved. If it's verbal, should they then try and talk the person down and calm the situation? Especially there's a difference if, someone's drunk or not. It's hard to talk to people within different circumstances. But it's also about making sure that the victim of racism feels still connected to the society, because if no one speaks up for you, you feel that you're not part of that community any longer. And also then make sure that the person who's perpetrated the act of racism will then sort of go over this incident again and again in their mind and understand, why did no one speak up for my side? Because they often assume that their opinion is more widespread than it actually is, and they will then hopefully rethink about engaging in an act of racism in the future.
Great. Really looking forward to seeing how that evolves. Now, Konstantin, you didn't travel quite as far as Nova, but I think you win the award for most determined participant, because even physical injury couldn't keep you away. Tell us about Plan Politic, your project.
I'm the game designer, our engineer. We come from the small company Planpolitik in Berlin, and we've been working for almost 8 years on face-to-face role-playing politics simulation. So we simulate political conflicts, scenarios, and it's really impressive how quickly humans are able to switch their roles. So if you tell an Israeli that he's a Palestinian decision maker and vice versa, it takes it really like only 1 second to switch the roles. And during those face-to-face events that we facilitate, a lot of emotions come up, like people cry, people hug each other, people are really into negotiating and debating. And we thought, why not trying this online and make it an online role-playing game? And yeah, we've done that. We've been looking for someone, and that's the power I give to my coworker.
Yeah, I just really believe that digital media has great potential as a tool for human development, and especially for civic education. But my background is in digital media, so I didn't really have any experience in that, and so better find somebody who does, and in my case that's Planpolitik.
And yeah, we found each other through Facebook, by the way, so it's a good recruiting tool. Yeah, and by the way, so we are on this table there. We are happy to answer any questions, and also we're looking for, since you're so into building peace, we're looking for someone to facilitate online games with actual people on the field, like people who know maybe groups from different, like from Turkish and Greek societies to gather up. We're happy to offer an online role-playing game for them. So anyone's interested, we're really happy to do that for you. It's really curious to find out how that works. Thank you.
Great, and yeah, Elena said this morning it's up to us, and now there's work to do, so go get them. And Katoni, finally, tell us about your project and how you managed to impress us so much.
Okay, just to give some background. So Afros is a transformational games company. We develop games to empower African youth. We developed Haki 2 in response to the election violence in Kenya in 2007. We didn't want to repeat in 2013. So we developed Haki, Chagua Nilako, which is the choice is yours, to empower youth to choose peace and tolerance, and also to be empowered to choose the right leader so that when they get to the voting booth, they make the right decisions. And we launched the game in January, and we had about 10,000 users, which was before the elections in February. And since then, we've had about 70,000 users. And we use it not only as a game to play, but also as a tool to engage in the discussions around, leadership and also peace and tolerance.
Awesome, thanks so much for being with us, all of you. Ilona, do you want to give these people their awards?
Thank you, Rodrigo. I just want to actually underline that there are 5 winners. 3 of them are actually completed projects in development, but already existing. You can download, you can experience them. Those ones actually Planpolitik, Kuni, and Everyday Races. But the other 2 winners are actually in development. So they're the process. And part of the award was to give a small amount of money to the already existing ones, and the ones who are in development to provide them with mentorship. So Games for Change and Build Up has been providing them with mentorship to finalize, to polish their project, so they can actually find funders and can present it to possible foundations, etc. And then obviously part of the award was to invite them to come over to Cyprus and to be with you and to enjoy this really, really remarkable conference. Thanks.
Thanks. Please join me in giving the 5 winners a really big round of applause. All right. Yeah, we're just going to do a quick photo right now. And please, if you haven't been to the tech fair to check out these projects, do. It's right here. You don't have much of an excuse. Some really incredible work going on, and as Jordi said, a couple of these projects are still in development. So if you have ideas, if you know talented people who want to work on these kinds of projects, and there are some great opportunities right here.